All right, welcome back to another edition of the Film Room. I went back and looked at some of the film from the matchup of the Broncos and the Panthers last season. I found some interesting things and ways that Dennison and that staff utilized to get the ball into the secondary, and you'll see it on this play here. And from the looks of it, the Broncos used a decent amount of 20 personnel when they wanted to run the ball, and I believe that's to keep the Panthers out of their base defense. So you're only going to see two linebackers here, Kuechly and Thomas Davis. So that was one thing I noticed. Obviously, there's three receivers, and they run Anderson here. But what I found interesting is how the defense decided to play against Dennison's run offense. And, of course, this is head coach Sean McDermott's defense here. And what they did was they played their overfront on this play. So you'll see the three tech here. The defensive tackle is to the strength, so the passing strength, because you got two receivers off to the left here. And you'll see the bubble here. The bubble is right here. This is where Dennison wants to get the ball. And this was interesting because you'll see it's basically like an ISO play. You're going to have the fullback leading and then sealing off Thomas Davis here. You get a push crack from that receiver off the right-hand side, and it's a really good gain. And again, here it is, 20 personnel. You have three receivers and then two running backs. So two running backs, three receivers, no tight ends. And it looks like the Panthers are in nickel. All right, so on this lead play, you're going to have a kick out here on Ely. You're going to have a combo block here, and they're going to try to work to Kuechly. On the backside, you'll have man blocking. And what that does is put this fullback one-on-one with Thomas Davis through the hole. You're even going to have a push crack because this safety, Coleman right here, he's very aggressive. He wants to come downhill and make that tackle. Well, we're going to have a push crack from receiver. You'll see him coming to the screen and actually make the block that springs this. Boom, nice lead by the fullback. And then you see the push crack coming, and he's out the gate. You got a halfback versus a corner, and that's a matchup the Bills will take any day of the week. So, again, you have 20 personnel, and the defensive line's in and over front, the three tech to the passing strength, ball in the right hash, and they run that lead play again, and he just gets another really nice gain. I mean, this is a play that's in the Bills' arsenal. They ran it a lot last year, and you'll see the lead again by the fullback. So on this lead play, you're going to have the frontside tackle kicking out. You're going to have a combo block right here to the backside. You're going to man block on the backside of that run. Obviously have the fullback leading and Anderson right up the chute. Good contact on Davis. Kuechly makes the tackle. The right guard isn't able to climb in quick enough to the second level to pick up that defender. So now flash forward to the game versus the Niners last week. And the Niners, you'll see, have 21 personnel. They have their tight end in a flex offline tight end position. And they're actually going to motion him out of the box. And I believe that's because they're hoping that they're going to get Shaq Thompson, the third linebacker, out of the box. But instead, the defense just bumps out. So they bump out and take the tight end and the receiver here. So the box is still pretty full. And they'll run that lead play. So Kyle Shanahan, the new head coach of the Niners, ran pretty much a very similar play to what Dennison ran in week 1 of last year. So that's no surprise. It's the same system. You'll see the tight end flex out, but then that brings Thompson down into the box, and he honestly has backside contain. You're going to have this defensive end right here crashing to stop that cutback, and Thompson would be responsible for Hoyer if Hoyer was to bootleg back out, which we're going to see from Tyrod. There's no doubt about that. Nice lead block by the free agent pickup from Baltimore here. Again, you'll get that lead block. Really nice blocking on the front side of this play. You're going to get the kick out by Joe Thomas. You're going to get the combo block here to get that movement. And this left guard, after this combo block, you'll see, after this combo block, he's going to try to climb to get Kuechly. Nice kick out on Davis. So you'll see that's where these offenses, these zone run offenses, they want to attack these bubbles. You'll see the bubble here. You know, there's a bubble here. I mean, you have Kuechly playing that bubble. That's where these offenses are trying to attack. And so they're going to do things to take guys out of the box. They're going to do things to get the look they want. And this is a very similar play to what the Bills ran last week, but Tolbert cuts it back here. So we have 21 personnel, similar personnel to the last play. But you'll see Tolbert cut it back here. You see the center and right guard, Eric Wood, get that movement up the middle. And Tolbert does cut it back when he probably could have stayed front side on this weak side run. You can see he does cut it back here. He's looking at this bubble right here when he probably could have stayed front side here and got maybe just as much yardage, because you'll see there's a bubble right here and right here. So that cutback is there, but honestly, he could have probably stayed front side because Jordan Mills doesn't hold his block. Let's play. Here is 11 personnel, tight end in motion. You'll see him run split flow across the formation, and it does create havoc at the linebacker level. So this is something the Bills showed last week. You'll see the tight end come across here, and of course, he is going to come all the way back across this formation. So watch Davis and watch Kuechly, all right? They're a half a click slow on their reads because of that split flow. And before you know it, Anderson's getting upfield. So here is the Bills version of it last week. 12 personnel. They motion the tight end across the formation. And you'll see the split flow. O'Leary coming across the formation, and Tolbert has a heck of a run. So, again, this is something that's in the Bills' arsenal. And this is more of a traditional overlook. You'll see the 3-tech here. You got the shade. And, you see the bubble right here. You know, this is the bubble right here. Brings the tight end over. Those guys have to bump over. But watch what the split flow does to all three of these players. Watch Jamal Adams. Watch Julian Stanford and Demario Davis. Watch how that split flow across the formation messes with their key and diagnosis. I mean, they really are lost, and Tolbert takes advantage of it.